In the beginning, before the earth had taken shape, before the heavens stretched wide, before the seas rolled or the winds whispered, there was only chaos, a boundless void, silent and formless. Out of that eternal emptiness came the first presences, the ancient forces from which all things would grow. From chaos arose Gaia, the earth, firm and abundant, cradle of mountains and valleys, mother of rivers and forests. Alongside her appeared Uranus, the sky, whose vast blue vault wrapped the earth in endless embrace. From their union came the first generation of divine beings, the mighty Titans, the one-eyed Cyclopes, and the hundred-handed Hecatoncheires, each as terrifying as storms themselves. Yet fear was born with life. Uranus, trembling at the strength of his children, imprisoned them deep within Gaia's body. In agony, the earth devised rebellion, and with the help of her youngest Titan son, Cronus, she overthrew Uranus. From the blood of the fallen sky arose new gods and spirits, among them Aphrodite, goddess of love, radiant and eternal. Cronus seized power, but tyranny bred tyranny. Haunted by prophecy that his own children would overthrow him, he devoured each newborn that his wife Rhea bore. Yet Rhea, desperate, deceived him with a stone wrapped in swaddling cloth, and in secret saved her youngest son, Zeus. Zeus grew in strength, gathered allies, and rose against Cronus. He freed his swallowed siblings and claimed dominion over heaven and earth. The reign of the Olympian gods began, glorious and unshakable, seated upon snow-crowned Olympus. Their names resound through ages: Zeus, king of thunder; Poseidon, master of the sea; Hades, lord of the underworld; Athena, goddess of wisdom. Yet among these immortals stood another, less sung, but no less essential: Helios, the sun, who every morning guided his blazing chariot across the sky, gifting warmth and light to gods and mortals alike. And it is not Zeus we shall follow today, nor Athena with her gleaming spear, but Helios and his mortal son, whose fate burned as brightly as the sun itself before falling into eternal shadow. His name was Phaethon. Phaethon was born of Helios and the mortal woman Clymene. He was handsome, radiant in his youth, and bore a light in his eyes that hinted at divine blood. Yet he grew not among gods, but among mortals, and that, more than anything, sowed doubt in the hearts of those around him. His companions mocked him cruelly. "Is it true you claim the sun? God is your father. Then why does he never visit you? Why do you toil as we do, suffer as we do, hunger and thirst as we do? A god's son should not look so ordinary." Their laughter cut deep. Pride and pain waged war inside Phaethon's heart. Again and again he returned home in tears, and again the question haunted him: am I truly a child of the sun, or just another mortal mocked by destiny? At last, one evening by the hearth, he confronted his mother. "Tell me, mother, who am I truly? Men scorn me and say I am no more than dust. Tell me, does godly blood run in my veins, or have you deceived me all these years?" Clymene's eyes filled with sorrow and fire. She drew her son close, and in a voice both tender and solemn, she said, "My son, you are not of ordinary birth. Your father is indeed Helios, he who rides the chariot of flame across the heavens. If you doubt me, seek him yourself. Journey eastward to the palace of the rising dawn. There, amid towers of fire and gold, you will find your father, and he will answer you." Hope blazed within Phaethon's chest. No longer would he endure shame. He would journey east, confront the god, and claim his place as son of the sun. After long and perilous travel, Phaethon arrived at the gates of the eastern palace. What mortal words could capture such a sight? Columns of burnished gold, walls of ruby that glowed like coals, floors gleaming like crystal mirrors, and above all, light, an endless flood of light that filled every chamber with brilliance. On the throne at the center sat Helios, crowned with radiance, his very presence too dazzling to gaze upon. Even Phaethon, his son, shielded his eyes with trembling hands, yet Helios knew him at once. "Phaethon, my child," said the god, his voice like the dawn spreading across the world. "Come forward. I know why you have come." The boy, though quaking, lifted his head proudly. "Father, if truly I am your son, let the world know it. Grant me proof, so that none may mock me again." Helios, moved by love, answered, "Ask, my son, and it shall be yours. I swear it by the river Styx, sacred and binding to all gods." The oath sealed, Phaethon's eyes blazed. "Then let me guide your chariot of the sun for one day. Let me ride across the heavens, so that all men and gods shall know I am your blood." Helios started in horror. "Child, you know not what you ask. The path of the sun is perilous. The steeds that draw the chariot are wild, untamed fire. Even Zeus himself, with all his thunderbolts, dares not grasp their reins. Fly too high, and you will set the heavens ablaze. Fly too low, and you will scorch the earth and boil the seas. This task is mine alone. Ask anything but this." But Phaethon, unyielding, answered, "You have sworn by the Styx. A god cannot break such a vow. Father, give me the reins." Helios covered his face with grief. Bound by oath, he could not deny his son. With heavy heart, he led Phaethon to the golden chariot, whose wheels burned with flame, and whose steeds stamped the earth in thunder. The hour of dawn arrived. The fiery horses screamed, their manes like torrents of flame. Helios set the crown upon his head and spoke once more. "Hold to the middle course, my son. Do not climb too high, lest you set fire to Olympus itself. Do not sink too low, lest the oceans boil. Steer steady, and the world will shine." Phaethon seized the reins, trembling yet exultant. The gates of dawn opened, and the chariot surged forth into the sky. At first, wonder filled the world. Mortals looked up, crying out in awe at the youthful figure driving the sun across the heavens. Phaethon's heart swelled with pride. "Behold me, mortals, no longer shall you mock the son of Helios." But pride blinded caution. The horses, sensing weakness, grew restless. They swerved from the path, soaring too high. Frost and snow upon the mountains melted, rivers swelled, ice broke apart. Then they plunged too low, and seas boiled, forests caught fire, cities burned. The earth herself, Gaia, writhed in torment. She lifted her arms to Olympus and cried, "O Zeus, king of gods, save the world. If not, all creation will perish." Thunder shook the sky. Zeus, furious, seized a lightning bolt and hurled it with unerring aim. There was a flash, brighter than 1,000 suns. Phaethon screamed as the bolt pierced him. His hands let fall the reins. His body, aflame, plummeted from the sky and plunged into the dark waters of the river Eridanus. Clymen, his mother, came to the river's banks, tearing her hair, her voice breaking with grief. His sisters, the Heliades, wept without ceasing. Their tears, falling upon the earth, hardened into drops of amber, glistening in the sun. And Helios, mighty Helios, was broken. He hid his face, refusing to rise. Darkness threatened to swallow the world. Only the pleas of gods and mortals alike compelled him at last to take the reins once more. Though his heart was shattered, the chariot of the sun could not remain still, for without it, all life would die. Thus the world remembered the tale of Phaethon, a youth of divine blood, consumed by pride, destroyed by a dream too vast for mortal hands. His fall became a warning through the ages. Confidence is strength, but arrogance is ruin. Aspiration lifts, but recklessness destroys. To rise is noble, to rise beyond wisdom is fatal. And so, when mortals gaze at the heavens and see a star blaze briefly across the night, a falling star, a burning fragment, they remember Phaethon, son of the sun, whose light shone too fiercely, too briefly, before being quenched forever in the dark. Clymen, his mother, came to the river's banks, tearing her hair, her voice breaking with grief. His sisters, the Heliades, wept without ceasing. Their tears, falling upon the earth, hardened into drops of amber, glistening in the sun. And Helios, mighty Helios, was broken. He hid his face, refusing to rise. Darkness threatened to swallow the world. Only the pleas of gods and mortals alike compelled him at last to take the reins once more. Though his heart was shattered, the chariot of the sun could not remain still, for without it, all life would die. Thus the world remembered the tale of Phaethon, a youth of divine blood, consumed by pride, destroyed by a dream too vast for mortal hands. His fall became a warning through the ages. Confidence is strength, but arrogance is ruin. Aspiration lifts, but recklessness destroys. To rise is noble, to rise beyond wisdom is fatal. And so, when mortals gaze at the heavens and see a star blaze briefly across the night, a falling star, a burning fragment, they remember Phaethon, son of the sun, whose light shone too fiercely, too briefly, before being quenched forever in the dark.